Mr. Weller will inquire.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bachman, you elaborated in your testimony regarding some of your observations regarding education for children. And first, let me just say, God bless you, 28 children. That's a house full over a lifetime. And we really, really want to thank you for the leadership not only you've shown on issues affecting foster care children, but also that you've demonstrated so much love and so much compassion, offering children an opportunity for a better life. And so I commend you for that. I had mentioned in my opening statement that there's a study in the Midwest, and you represent Minnesota, I represent Illinois, we're Midwestern states, that over a third of those who aged out of foster care reporting having 5 or more school changes. What has been your experience? Children that you've provided a home for, and in the number of schools that they may have attended before they became part of your family, and some of the transition, some of the challenges they had, leaving friends, leaving their peers, and starting over again.
Mr. Chairman, Congressman Weller, you're exactly right. Those are tremendous challenges. Because we were a treatment foster care home, which means we took in children who were considered more difficult than foster children out of a regular county system. We had children placed in our home from all across the state of Minnesota. In fact, I think we may have had 1 or 2 come to us from the state of Wisconsin, if I remember, that were placed in our home. And they had been through numerous homes. We had some identifying features. Almost all of our children did not have a father in their life. That was one thing that we could offer. But they had many, many school experiences. And so, not to berate the public schools in any way, for many foster children's experiences that they do tend to be at the lower achieving end because they've transitioned from school to school to school. And what one school may be studying at one time of the year may have nothing to do with what another school may be studying that a child is transferred into. So there's not this level of continuity. We also saw from a number of the biological mothers whose foster children we were privileged to care for, they were also concerned about different aspects of the child's background, that they'd be able to have their values honored or upheld. And so we did have different foster mothers ask us if the foster children could attend our children's private school, for instance. And we were unable to do that. We were prohibited from doing that. Even if we felt that we could afford the cost ourselves financially, that was not an option to allow foster children to be placed into the private schools.
So the program prevented you from...
The program prevented us from placing the children either in a homeschool situation or in a private school situation. We did also have children who had graduated from high school and who remained with us because they just simply were not ready. I know the chairman had made some remarks about some children, and yourself, I believe, made remarks that at age 18, they aren't necessarily ready and able to stand on their feet. So we did have, not all of the children, but we had several children that we kept in our home and worked with over a period of time to help them gain the skills necessary so they could truly be independent. But we've continued to this day to maintain contact with, not all, but with some of our foster children to this day so that we can continue to offer that level of support.
Many of these children, do they participate in special education programs, or are they in
Yes.
other programs in the school?
They, Mr. Chairman, Congressman Weller, our foster children were in special education programs. They were also in regular classrooms as well. But again, one of our foster daughters who had made the comment to me that, Mom, I've been put in stupid people math, she also came home and told me that in her math class, for instance, in 11th grade, she was coloring posters. She wasn't learning math. In some classes, she was watching feature-length films all week. She wasn't doing academics. And I was very concerned. Personally, I had come out of a middle-class home, and my parents were divorced when I was in junior high. Overnight, financially, we were at a below-poverty level. And I think that's why my heart was pricked to take in foster children. I knew what it had been to be middle class. I knew what it had been to be in a poverty situation. And I was very concerned that for my foster children, they would have a great academic opportunity in order to make something out of themselves. I, coming from a below-poverty background, because we had a decent public school system, I was able to work my way through college, work my way through law school, work my way through a postdoctorate in tax law, and be able to support myself. My foster children, if anyone needs a leg up in life, it is foster children. I can tell you that from personal experience. That's why I want to make sure that every parameter of opportunity we offer to these great kids. They are really great kids. They just want to know someone loves them, someone cares for them, someone will be there to hold their back. And any amount of stability that we can offer these kids will go miles down the road for their future lives.
We've run out of time here, but I also, it's clear that these children also suffer from the disadvantage of low expectations.
Yes.
And when they're placed in schools or because of their circumstances, people expect them to be able to perform less as well as other kids. And that's a disadvantage they also have to overcome. So again,
Right.
Thank you for your commitment in taking care of so many kids and helping give other children opportunities.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you both for coming.